one, go. Assalamu alaikum. Right, today now we are doing another task to do with the middle path. Quick fire round questions. You must answer right or wrong. Question number one. Muslim, you must put your hand up as well, by the way. Muslims can pray their salah whenever they want and can miss them if they do not feel like praying. Right or wrong? Yunus had his hand up. He raised his hand. Yunus? What's the answer, Yunus?
Wrong.
Wrong. Good. Of course you can't. You can't just pray whenever you want. That doesn't mean if the salah has started and you're a little bit late, you don't pray. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about you saying, actually, I'm going to pray Fajr at Maghrib time. No, that's what we mean. We're not talking about being late 5-10 minutes here or there. Obviously, if you're going to a mosque to pray Jamaat, you would need to be on time because they would start without you. Yeah, so we need to focus on timing is very important for salah. The idea is you do stop everything, okay? You are supposed to stop everything, and we're all guilty of it, but inshallah we can get better. Right, number two, if we have money, then we should not share it with the poor and needy because it is our money and only we deserve it.
Wrong.
Sammy,
It's wrong.
it's
But
wrong. Yep,
you should use the part and give
good.
money to the poor.
Yep, it is wrong. Yes, you could say, well, it's my money. You don't have to. Nobody can force you. Yeah, you're not going to get struck by lightning or anything's not going to happen to you if you don't do it. It's not like, yes, Sammy, or is it Sophia?
Miss, you don't really have. You don't have to give money if you have a little bit. If you're poor, you don't have to give the money to other poor people because you don't have money. If you have very little money, you don't have to give it.
Good lad. Well done. Super answer. Well done. You still have to give zakah if you're poor, but it's at the expense of how poor you are. If you only have one date and a glass of water in your house and that's it, then obviously you don't need to because you won't have anything else for yourself. The idea is not to give everything away that you're poor. Yeah. Otherwise we're going around in a vicious circle. You help the poor, you're poor. Then somebody helps you and then they're poor. It's not meant to be like that. It's meant to be sharing what you have extra of, okay? So if you have extra money means you might have £5 that you think, you know what, I can do without that McDonald's today or that coffee or that burger and chips. It's not gonna hurt me if I don't eat that today. It'll make me actually feel better if I don't eat that today. So I will give that money to charity. So you have a little jar or pot, you collect money. Once a week, you could put aside money, your pocket money. Adults do it all the time, yeah? If adults stop buying Costa or Starbucks coffees every day, they would save quite a lot of money each week and they could give it to charity. So everybody has little ways. They're not giving money that they need for their own families. It's the extra money that you spend on treats that you know is not really essential, yeah? Okay, Islam teaches us to respect and show kindness to all human beings and animals. True or false? Umayya? Right, yeah. Why animals? We're humans. Why do we need to worry about animals for? Yep, Umayya?
Because they're Allah's creations.
Allah's creation. So, when is it slightly different when we are in how we treat animals? What can we also use certain animals for? Certain animals, but not all of them. Sophia?
It's for eating and sacrificing.
Eating and sacrificing, good. And that is also done with respect and kindness. Now you might think, how can that be respectful and kindness? Of course it is, because we treat them well. Yeah. Obviously, if you are a Muslim, if you are of faith, you have iman, you will understand that this is instructed in the Quran as well. It's not, and it's done in such a way that it does cause no harm to the animal, okay? And those who are permissible to eat. So we do not do things like hunting or games or playing or as an activity to go around hurting animals. That is not an activity. It's not done for pleasure or recreational things, yeah? Okay, number 4. Ismail, this one's for you. I've not heard from you yet today. We must pray the Quran for 5 hours each day. So 1 hour after every salah, basically. Right or wrong?
Right.
Interesting. Anybody gonna dispute that? Kais, right or wrong?
I think it's a bit of both because
It's option.
Good.
Yes.
Well done. Well done. It's wrong in the sense that it's not an instruction. So if you listen carefully, it's saying we must. There is no must. It's an option. Okay. So the question is actually trying to say to you that this is an instruction from Allah. It is not. If you have time to pray, 1 hour after every salah for Quran, brilliant. And if you don't, equally brilliant, because you might be doing other things that will give you reward. So it's not like because you're not praying Quran, it's not a race. You cannot catch up with every single person around. It doesn't work like that. Everybody's situation is different, okay? If you are younger, you are busy at school, you are growing up, you're doing other things, and you're learning your Quran and Salah, so you're still learning. So you can't pray for that long anyway, because you don't know how to read it yet. If you're older and you're, you know, your children are growing up, you're living on your own, you're elderly, like you might see some of your grandparents, they have more time to do things, it's different. However, Allah says, don't wait till you're old to do things. Get reward from the day you're born to the day you die, yeah? But it doesn't mean it has to be done in those certain ways. You can get reward by being kind. Remember we talked about kindness to animals, kindness to people, helping neighbors, Surah Al-Ma'un, remember? Being neighborly. Okay, number 5. This one is for Subhan. Are you there, Subhan?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Can't see you. Okay. Muslims can eat whatever they want and do not need to be bothered about healthy eating, drinking, or exercise. Right or wrong?
Wrong.
Wrong.
I'll say
Wrong.
wrong because
Wrong.
first of all,
Yeah.
they can't eat whatever they want. For example, if in the car, they can't just say stop and let me get my lunch. And by the way, exercise is important because if you don't do exercise, you'll be like really tiny. You can't even climb like a monkey ball or swing.
Yeah. Also, importantly, Muslims can eat whatever they want. Can we?
No.
Whatever
We
we want.
can't eat pork.
Good. So we have the concept of what? What are the 2 things that we call the food that we can and can't eat? Begins with H.
Miss, you can.
Halal and non-halal.
Haram.
Yeah. Well, halal and haram. So in English would be non-halal. Yeah. So that in itself does not make sense because we can't eat whatever we want. Yeah. Sophia? Yeah.
So someone said that he's right, but also says that I know that when you don't do exercise, you get very fat.
Yeah. Well, I think that also depends on people and their sizes and body frames and metabolism, but that's going into science. But yeah, generally, if you don't exercise at all, I mean, like you don't even walk, you literally just fall into your car and fall out of your car, or you get on a bus and you don't walk at all, not even as an exercise, but you just don't do any movement, then yeah, it's not good. And people can put on weight, you're right, it's just the way your body is made, yeah, because you're not burning it, so you have to burn some of your calories and energy, yeah, and then you regain it by eating well. So it doesn't mean you exercise for 30 minutes, then you go and have a burger, then you've just filled your body with something not very nice, okay? Unless it's homemade and it's maybe made in the oven. So you can always think of options. I don't want to go off the question. We've got 2 more left, but just as an idea, guys, some of the things that you may or may not like eating from outdoors, you can always make it healthier by doing it at home, okay? In lockdown, people have been doing a lot of cooking at home. So I make homemade burgers for my girls. They love chicken burgers, but I make it at home. And I know what goes in it. I know how I've made it. I know it's clean. Yeah, so there are ways of eating healthy, but an alternative of what you like. So you can have a burger, but you can make it at home. Yeah, some of you like chicken, but you make it at home. Even cake is a treat. But for example, Kais and Umayya are brilliant at making cakes. It's not the healthiest meal, but at least you know you've kind of made it at home and it's a little bit okay as a treat. Yeah. Okay, number 6 is for right. Eunice, are you there? Get off the boat, Eunice. Right, number 6. If we truly ask for forgiveness for our mistakes, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive us, inshallah. Right or wrong?
Right.
Good. Do not ever think that he has not. We've talked about this before. You cannot say. In fact, I would almost go as far as saying it's permissible. It's not acceptable to say that we don't think will be forgiven, because Allah is Allah. He has time for everyone. He's not a human being. So how can you say, oh, you know what, I'm not going to bother. I think he's a bit busy with saving the planet and saving the world. He is there for everyone. He does not listen to us like how we listen to each other, okay? His concept of listening is different. Yes, Ismail, you've got a question?
Can I go to the toilet, please?
Yes, you may.
Thank
Miss.
Interesting question. Right, Kais, yep, far away.
Maya just went to the toilet.
Okay, that's fine. 2 toilet questions, that's great.
Miss, can I go to the toilet, please?
If you wait for those 2 to come back, I know you're not in the same house, but otherwise it just seems like everybody's disappeared.
waiting for like 30 minutes.
Okay, quickly, guys, you should try and go before the lesson starts. Yeah, go on, off you go.
Thank you.
Right, okay, number 7. I'll leave this open to anyone. All adult Muslim children of a certain age should fast in Ramadan unless they have valid reasons not to do so. Right or wrong?
Wrong.
Right.
Right.
Right?
Wrong.
Yep.
Right.
Right, yeah, okay. So I will ask you individually now. So Izan, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. I can't see you.
Now can you see me?
Izan. There you are. Right, okay. So give me an example of a reason, and this may or may not come up in your assessment next week, so keep listening. Give me an example of a reason why a Muslim may not need to fast or has a reason not to fast.
If they are traveling or if they are sick.
Just one reason, Okay, Subhan?
Okay, then traveling.
If they are little late, as newborn, they can't fast.
Well, they don't even eat, let alone fast. So yeah, a newborn baby would definitely not be able to fast, of course. They need
A
them.
5-year-old wouldn't be.
Yep, and a 5-year-old. So you would have to specify. If you just say little, that could mean a very short person. So I'm short.
Like
That doesn't mean I don't fast. Yeah. So we're talking about age. We're not talking about size. Yeah. Izan finds that amusing, but it's true. You have to be. This is level 5. You're going into level 6. You have to be very clear on your explanations and your answers. Okay. You were doing this in your mainstream school in an assessment and writing your answer. They would say what? Why? They coax you, don't they? Coax means they encourage you to give a reason, which is what I always do. Okay.
I find it a bit annoying, miss.
Yeah, I find level. Sorry.
Find that when they coach you, I find it a bit annoying. It's kind of annoying.
It is, but they're trying to get out more information from you because they want you to think for yourselves. Okay. You are able to think outside of your box now. It's not just yes or no answers. Okay. It's not acceptable now just to say yes or no. Yes, Kais. Another reason.
If they are elderly,
Miss,
they're the
this is my
elderly,
box.
they
If I
can't
go
fast.
outside the box, I'm not in the box.
Okay,
anymore.
Izan, one moment, please. Kais, sorry. carry on.
If they are the elderly and they're having struggles,
Good. Yeah. So you can be elderly without being ill and struggle just because it's a long day, especially at the moment. We've had very long days. An elderly person, they may not have any health conditions, but which sometimes is very unlikely. Even just with age, you get health conditions like bones hurting. This is hurting. But just because it's a long day, just tiredness. Because they need a pick me up. They need that little cup of tea, and they need to have something in between the day just to keep them, especially when it's hot. Yes, Sammy, Sophia. Yeah. Any other reason you may not fast?
Because maybe could eat like cancer.
Sorry.
Disease.
Little arrow.
Because you may be sick,
Yeah, you might be sick.
or diseases like cancer, or
Yeah, sadly, if you have cancer, I mean, there are some people who sometimes do fast with illnesses, but the recommendation is that you don't need to, okay? So Allah has given you the choice, because ultimately the outcome should not be that you feel unwell. Fasting shouldn't be difficult for you. It can be difficult because it's tiring, you haven't had water and food. We get that. We all know that it's human. Human beings are made, that's why it's known as a sacrifice. That's why Allah gives you so much reward for it in Ramadan, because He knows that He has made you as a human being to eat and drink. So when He's asking you not to do it, He's showing your dedication and commitment. But He's not asking you to do it to put your life at risk, not at all. Islam is not about putting your life at risk at all, okay? It does not make sense even to a young child. It wouldn't make sense, okay? Islam is a religion of thinking and for intelligent people, okay? So you use your intelligence. Even when you're traveling, you're not sick, you're just traveling, but Allah knows you get tired. If you've been on a long journey, for example, if you were traveling to, I don't know, India, Pakistan, Australia is over 20-hour flight. So how would you be, and you'd also be in different time zones, so you'd be very confused, yeah? But people, if you're getting on a flight to, I don't know,
Pakistan.
a flight to
Saudi Arabia.
a flight to Scotland, that's only about an hour or so, you might say, okay, it's not really difficult, I'll just fast. So it's up to you, but the idea is that you should know your own body and how you work. Yeah, good. Okay, any questions about any of this that you didn't understand? Anything to do with
Not
No?
to me. No.
Right. Okay, middle path, very quickly. Choices that we make. So think about right and wrong choices that we make in our life. So if
This
you
my box? No, I'm
were
outside of my box.
okay, who's free? Sammy? Sammy,
Who's
Sophia, are
free,
you
Sam?
there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, think of, give me 2 right choices that you would make as a Muslim. Think of 2 choices that you a good decision
I would give zakat and do salah.
Yeah. Eunice?
I would pray.
Yeah, praying is a good choice. So when you, instead of choosing to watch your favorite TV program or play your computer game, you would get up and you'd go and do your salah. So that's kind of what I'm talking about, the option. Okay, when you have a choice, what decision would you make? Ismail, another good choice that you would make as a Muslim? So we're not just talking about praying, we're talking about actions, how you behave as well.
Always do like the namaz on time
Okay,
and always do lots of Quran.
yeah, salah and Quran, but what about actions as a person? When you're out on the street, you're not doing your salah or your Quran, are you? How do you behave with people as a Muslim?
Good.
Put yourself in a scenario. If somebody was being difficult with you or rude, Subhan, how would you behave?
If someone was being rude or something, I would just say, "Hey man, you know Allah's watching you, so take care of yourself."
Good.
Now I won't be like fighting with them. I'll be just walking away.
Yeah,
Doing
good.
my-
You know, sometimes when we talk about people being difficult, when you argue back, it makes them more difficult. Sometimes when you ignore people or you say something positive, it might help someone. You never know, okay? So your reaction shouldn't always be to bite back, basically, okay? It's very quick to be sort of animal instincts to attack and fight each other.
Miss,
Away. Yes, Suzanne?
when you made a rhyme up. Miss, when you said, I forgot.
When I said what?
I forgot what I was
Okay,
gonna say.
never mind. Okay. Any wrong decisions that you shouldn't make as a Muslim or as a human being? You know, we say as a Muslim means just being a good human being as well. It's not 2 separate things. Sammy, so any wrong decisions that you shouldn't take?
Kicking someone.
Kicking someone, yeah. Okay,
Littering.
Ice, littering, good one, very good one. Should not litter. If you do not want people to come into your home and throw rubbish all over your floor, you should be doing it
Miss,
outside.
I know one. When
One moment, Izan. Kais,
Starting fights.
starting fights, yeah. Trying to annoy people, winding people up, aggravating somebody. You might even know that somebody's already a little bit upset and you wind them up and then they get even more aggressive. So you've actually instigated it. You've made them feel worse. Okay. Yes, Izan?
Miss, if you have a dog or a cat or some sort of animal, and then you let it poo into your neighbor's garden, and you know you're doing it.
Well, yeah, so that's not right. But even, okay, on the topic of animals, what else would be wrong if you had an animal? If you have a pet? Does anybody have a pet, by the way?
Me,
What have you got, Izan?
I haven't got anything.
Why is it wrong to have a
Eunice, have you got a pet?
That's true.
No? And I don't mean siblings, guys. I mean pets.
Yeah, pet.
Claire, you got a pet?
Miss, my friend has one.
But I know why it's wrong to have.
What would be wrong?
If you had a dog, if you keep it in the garden, it's fine or something. But if you have it inside the house, if they poo, they don't clean up, but cats do.
Good, yeah. Which is why, I mean, in Islam, it's preferable that you will have cats. Dogs are not really recommended because of hygiene reasons. The cats actually do clean themselves. There was a companion of the Prophet. His name was Abu
Miss?
Huraira. That was his actual
Miss?
nickname. Yes, guys?
I've actually got a story about the Prophet and a cat.
Yeah, just give me 1 second. So as I was just saying, there's a companion of the Prophet called Abu Huraira. So that wasn't his actual name. Abu means father, as you know. Huraira is to do with cats. So he was called Abu Huraira because he was always surrounded by cats. So he was just given a name. That was his pet name, if you like.
No.
Excuse the pun, but yeah, pet name was Abu Huraira. So he was known
Miss,
because he was just
was
constant-
Miss, was Abu Huraira actually a person or a cat?
No, he was a companion of the Prophet. So he was called the father of cats because he was always surrounded by cats because they knew he was kind to them. And cats and animals, we don't give them enough credit. They have a lot of good sense, so they used to follow him around. Right. Before we finish, Kais has got a story, and then I will see you tomorrow. So far away, Kais. Doing really well today.
So, Miss,
Well done. Yeah.
one day I think it was the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was sitting by a tree, and then a cat every day would come up to him, and and it would always be calm and sit down and sleep on his arm. So anytime he did that, and the Prophet needed to go in the mosque or something, he would always cut the sleeve off of his kanzu and let the cat rest.
Okay. Yeah, so the Prophet did love animals and cat. Obviously, I would say from what we hear through stories and hadiths of there were cats around, but just being kind to any animal. Yeah. If you do end up having a pet, it's your responsibility to look after them. So we shouldn't neglect. It's a bad decision to let them go off anywhere or to hurt them. You can neglect them by not feeding them because you're just, oh, I can't be bothered to feed you today or that kind of thing. You can't really do that. Okay, you wouldn't do that to a child, so you shouldn't really do it to a pet.